Hi everyone, this is Stephanie. Thank you for joining me today. I go by StampJG here on YouTube and at my blog at stampjg.com. And today I have all 8 colors of the Gina K Designs and Therm-o-web Glitz Glitter Gels. I purchased all 8 of these so I could show you up close and personal, or as best as I can on camera, what these look like and some of the possibilities of working with them. I'm going to show some swatches of each color. I'm going to show some stenciling and blending techniques, and then finally I'm going to show just a couple of projects at the very end. And if this sounds like fun, please stay tuned. If you like this video, please thumbs up, consider subscribing and clicking the notification bell if you would like to get a notification when I upload another video. Also, if you leave any comments below, I will get to just as many of them as I possibly can. And as always, I will have timestamps listed in the description so you can skip ahead if there's certain portions of the video that you would rather see. And I also will link other videos and products that I use. So thanks again for joining me and have a great time. Let's go make some glittery goodness. Okay, I have all 8 of the current colors of the Gina K Designs Glitz Glitter Gel, and I'm going to create swatch cards out of them. What I have done is cut 4 by 3 inch pieces of heavyweight white cardstock, and I have glued a 1 by 2 inch strip of black cardstock to the top of it, and I'm going to use these as swatch cards. So I'm going to move these off to the side, and let's start. Get some baby wipes over to the side so I can clean off my spatula. And this first color is called Red Velvet. It's just a lot of glitter. It looks like solid glitter. It's just amazing. And I'm going to take an okay swipe of it, but not a whole lot. I guess I don't need as much as I would like to just scoop out of here. And I'm going to pull it across my project. Just kind of like that. These are not going to be perfect swatches. I guess I could stencil each swatch on. I just want to see how it works and what it looks like when it's dry. This is a very true red. It's like a Christmas red. Okay, I'm going to put this off to the side to dry. The next color I'm going to do is called Grass Green. And this is kind of like solid glitter. It's just amazing. It's so fun. This is called White, and it is a white glitter. It looks like there might be some silver, or I don't see any hollow. It's kind of a white or a silver glitter. Okay, and now we're going to do black. And this looks like it may have black and silver glitter in it. This color is Sweet Mango, and it is a vibrant orange. Whoops. Can anybody else see holiday cards coming? I can. Okay, the next color is gold. Let me turn these back over so. I've had it upside down, so as some of this stuff is on the top. Let's just scrape some of this off. This is a very, very glittery gold. Very, very pretty. We're going to move on to Wild Lilac. And finally, Turquoise Sea. Okay, so here are my swatches still wet. When they dry, I will come back and show you what they look like. Okay, all of the swatch cards are very dry. I let them dry quite a while. And I'm going to give you a close-up of each one of these. I will say that they dry, for the most part, opaque, with the exception of the white. The white is a little more translucent. None of the glitter comes off. There's no glitter anywhere. So there's no fallout, no glitter. You can rub your hand across it. It's a little bit rough, but it's also kind of got a little bit of a smooth texture. It's very nice, but you can also get peaks and valleys with it too if you're looking for some real texture on it. So let's go through the colors. First of all, a Sweet Mango, and it's a bright orange. I have a hard time capturing this color on camera. I've tried a couple of times and it just doesn't come off as orange as it is. Think of a bright pumpkin orange. Again, gold, very sparkly. Red Velvet, and this is a bright Christmas red. Wild Lilac, it's a nice medium purple. Turquoise Sea, beautiful aqua green, aqua blue, blue green. So get a little closer on this one. Grass green, which is a nice bright green. Okay, and the two out of these that are just a little bit different, let's start with this. This is white, and white is very sparkly. And it's a little more sheer. You can see the black cardstock through it when it dries. And the black, which does not show up on camera well at all, almost looks like a night sky. It has I am not sure. I'm having a hard time telling whether or not there's a little bit of silver in this. Just a little bit of silver glitter that stands out. It's very, very glittery. So these are very, very beautiful. They dried nicely. Let's see, they're a little bit flexible. I'm not seeing much for cracking here. And there's no fallout whatsoever. So these are, if you don't like glitter, these will be good because these will not shed glitter. So our next idea is to actually play with these and come up with some projects. I am working on the Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station, and I have a sheet of Ranger Craft Matte, nonstick craft matte, held down with magnets. This is a card size 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of 120 pound cardstock. I believe it's by Simon Says Stamp. And what I want to do is, for my first little practice run here at making a background. I'm going to use this Gina K Design stencil, and I just want to make a simple background. I'm going to line up my stencil kind of where I want it to go on my cardstock. I'm going to hold it down with some magnets. I might need to move these. I think I'll do that for now. And okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit out of the jar and I am going to use it to cover this background. Now if I had pixie spray or something, it would be helpful to keep some of these smaller pieces down, but I haven't been able to get my hands on any of that yet. So let's start with a okay size of this, and I'm just going to apply it like I would a stencil. And I'm going to have to hold down some of these smaller pieces because they want to move. I'm just going to work on this a little bit till I get all the spaces covered without any gaps. I kind of want a solid purple here. And this little bit I'm just going to put back on the jar. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of open time with this before it starts to become too stiff to work with, but that's actually kind of nice. Peel this up. Let me drop this here. And as you can see, I've got really decent coverage with this. Very, very pretty. There's a little bit of a movement in the stencil here, but can't help that. It's not too bad. And then I'm going to set this aside to dry. Let's take another piece of cardstock. And normally I would run off to the sink and wash this off so I could use it again, but I wanted to try blending some of these together. So in order to do that, I'm going to do purple, this wild lilac color, and another color. Let's try a little bit of this. Now when I do this, I'm only going to take a little bit out of the jar at a time because I'm not going to be able to scrape it back into the jar and I would lose it. But let me go ahead and take a dab of purple, wild lilac, put it in a couple of places here. It's back on. And then I'm going to use my other Nouveau spatula and I'm going to take a little bit here, a little bit here. And that's all I want to do with that. Okay, let's see what happens here. I'm going to start off trying to keep them fairly separate. But then hoping not to get too much of a muddy look. Let me see here. And this is where a little tiny scrap of cardstock can help you out. Might have mixed these too much, but let's see what happens when it dries. And I think if I take some of this up, I can put a little bit more of this purple where some of that was. Take a really nice good swipe at it. Oh no, that's just too good to lose, huh? Don't you think? So let's go ahead and get another piece of cardstock. Go look at that first. That's kind of interesting, don't you think? And this is wild lilac cardstock. And I'm just going to clean off my scraper here. See how much of this I can get off. I guess I could have done a couple of the flowers, but yeah. Okay, oh, there's still just a little more. And okay, I think I've used up as much of this as I can, and the paste is, the gel is starting to thicken up enough that I want to go clean off my tools, and then I'll come back. But I want to try another technique where we blend. And I'm just going to set this down. It's going to go over the edges a little bit, I guess. I'm just going to hit the very top edge of these. And I want to try doing a little bit of an ombre look. I am not sure how this is going to turn out. So I'm going to use turquoise sea and white. Now the white won't show up as well on this white cardstock, but I thought it might look a little pretty. I'll have to try. So for right about there is where I want the white. I'm going to leave just a little bit on my cardstock. And then I'm going to take some of this turquoise sea, put it down here in the bottom. And then I'm going to start blending them towards each other. And I'm going to try working with this stencil pal. I am not sure. I'm using a little bit backwards. Let's go in this direction first. Get my corners. And then just go up this way. And I may not have enough paste. And then I'm going to start up here and come down. And when these two meet in the middle, oh, they're not meeting just yet, are they? Let's get them to meet in the middle. And let me put a little bit more here. Okay, so maybe this won't be quite as ombre. I guess I need to practice a little more. Not too bad. I am going to get paste everywhere. I'm just going to gently run my finger along this edge, try to get up any of the extra. Give you a little bit of a look. It's a little bit ombre. We'll see what happens as it dries, and I'm going to set it aside. Now, I have all this paste left on my mat. I need to do something with it, right? Let's take a piece of black cardstock, the same stencil, and just kind of clean off my stencil tool, my stencil pal. Don't know if I'll be able to use this for anything, but we'll see. Okay, off to clean off my tools. Oh, it's a little wild, isn't it? So I'll let this dry. I'll go clean off my tools and I will be back. Well, here I am back with some finished cards, and I treated them all with very similar finishes, so I didn't put them on, I didn't record the video for these. Basically a die cut, a simple die cut, and some sequins and pearls. And this is the Wild Lilac. I mounted it on Wild Lilac cardstock. And let me bring it up close so that you can see how it looks as close as I can get it. That, my friends, is glittery. So this was just Wild Lilac alone. And then here is the one where I mixed it with a little bit of turquoise sea. And I'm going to bring this up close. Both of the embossing gels in the background. And here's the flower, also with both turquoise sea and Wild Lilac. This is the mixture of the two when I was done, and I just put it on Wild Lilac cardstock. And again, these are very, very glittery. The next two cards were made with the Hero Art stencil, where I tried to make an ombre, and it came out all right. I think I need to practice my technique a little bit. And this is white and turquoise sea. Let me bring it closer so that you can see it very close. And these are very glittery. And just for this, I just put a simple thanks die cut. It's on black cardstock. It did not need anything extra. The final one was the mixture of white and turquoise sea on black cardstock, and I just die cut a circle, stamped some sea life on vellum, and added a few rhinestones. And these are very, very, very glittery. So with a few extra products, you can make really stunning cards after an afternoon of just making backgrounds. So I hope you had fun. I hope you got inspired to use whatever you have for glittery type of products that you have at your house. And I thank you for joining me. Leave any questions or comments below and I will get to as many as I can. Please consider liking or subscribing, and thanks again. Have a wonderful day.